And so I look at the lady, I say, can I talk to you for a second? And she was like, no. I was like, okay, that's fine. I said, but stop putting my name. I didn't say like, don't put my name in your mouth, but I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
but don't talk about me. Like, don't talk about me if it's something you don't know. And I just kind of turned around, and before I can like turn my upper body, she was like here, like right in my face. Now at the time, I wore my hair straight. It was relaxed, and I had like a short bob.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, you don't tell me what I can say. You don't tell me I seen you talking to her. And I was like, no, you didn't. But now I'm facing and I'm walking towards my office. Now, this woman, remind you, she had retired and they brought her back. So she was well into her 60s.
Okay.
And so now she's like in my face. And I'm like walking, like trying to get back to my desk. And she's like, just rah, rah, rah. And I can, like, she's so close to me. I can feel like her spittle on my neck, and my
Mm-mm.
hair is like going like
Mm-mm.
this.
Mm-mm.
And the other lady, she grabs her because, mind you, I'm walking away. So the other lady, the one that's the acting boss, she grabs her like she's literally holding her. And this old lady is walking so fast, trying to get to me that she is like
Like
almost dragging
physically
physically.
on you. Okay.
Yes. And she says, what are you going to do? Go to EEO like y'all always do? And I'm just like, okay.
Oh my God.
So
Oh
in
my
this
God.
moment, now I'm walking past everybody else's cubicle and I'm thinking, surely somebody is like, like, what the heck? But
Right,
I'm
right.
walking past these cubicles, Erin, and everybody is just like this. Nobody is looking up. So I get to my cubicle, and by the time I get to my cubicle, she is like reaching for me. And this woman like grabs her with both hands at this point, and she snatches and she's holding her back like this, and she is foaming at the mouth, yelling all kind of, I seen you talking to her. You don't talk. Like she was just angry. And I'm standing here like, okay, I knew in that moment, I was like, if I respond the way that I want to respond, which is at a minimum, mush her in her face. I know that I
Right.
was like, they are going to drag me out of here.
Right. If you responded like she responded, they would have drug you out of there.
Exactly. And so I was so angry. And finally, the other lady, she drags her off and takes her back to their cubicle, wherever they are. Nobody else, none of my other team members say anything. That's why I said it wasn't really special, didn't feel special, because when we
Right,
should
right.
have been like, I come from a military background. And so when we talk about team, like team is important to me. And the
Sure.
fact that everybody like dropped their heads, buried their heads, act like they didn't see or hear anything was
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me. And so I gather myself and I'm just like, what the heck? Like I'm fuming, like I can feel like my whole body is shaking.
Right.
So I ended up going to my car and I called my husband. And by the time he got on the phone, I was just like bawling. I
Of
was
course. You're so
crying
mad.
angry tears.
So
Exactly.
mad. Yes,
And I was
yes.
like, I had never been that mad before in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like just so angry. And he kind of talked me off the ledge. And because of the work that we were doing, we had like mentors. So we had our boss, then we had like two mentors, and then we had like our chief and our deputy chief and our chief. So there was a lot of leadership above us. And again, I mean, the work was presented as if it was like a special assignment and we were
Right.
special to be selected and all this stuff. And so my husband's like, well, you need to go talk to somebody like to get, to present this, like what happened. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like trying to calm myself down. So all our leadership was in a different building. So I walk over to their building and I go to the front office and there, the secretary, she was there and she could see that I was kind of shaken. And I'm asking for like the two mentors first. So I'll just say Jim and Bob. And I was like,
Okay.
is Jim here? And she's just like, oh no, Jim is out today. And I was like, okay. And I'm just like trying to hold it together. Like I can only get out the words that I need to get out because that lump in my throat was just like
Yeah.
suffocating. So then
Yeah.
I kind of take a deep breath. And I'm like, is Bob here? And she's like, no, Bob is not here either. Now at this point, she can kind of see like, okay, what's going on? And then I asked for the deputy chief, and she's like, he's not here. But I can see, I'll call him Mac, who was the chief. And he was racist. There was no question he was racist. Like, I didn't even
Hmm.
talk to him. He didn't talk to me, and it was
Yeah.
fine. But he was the only one that I seen. And so I'm asking for all the other people that I know that I have a relationship with that I can talk to. All of them white men, by the way. And
Hmm.
And so when she says that Jim, which is the deputy chief, he's not there. At this point, I'm just kind of like, I can't even hold it together anymore. So she comes from around her desk. She grabs me up. She's like, but Mac is here. So she takes me to like his office. And before I know it, she takes me to his office. I'm sitting down in front of him and I am bawling. And he's just sitting there.
Mac's the racist one.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but he is like the big boss. He's in charge of everything, like the whole organization.
Right.
And I'm sitting here and I'm just like in tears. And I'm trying to get myself together. I'm mad that I'm crying at work. I'm mad that I have to be in the, everything. I'm just angry. And I'm trying to get myself together. And he's sitting there like unbothered, like what?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so, I'm trying to explain to him what happened. I'm talking over tears. And he says, well, I think you've spent enough time in this organization and it's probably time for you to move on anyway. And that was his response. And I'm just like, there goes this special assignment. There goes this, you're special for being a part of this team. And then, I ended up, after I talked with him, he, was no help. I ended up going to packing my stuff up and I went home for the day.
Okay.
The next day I reached out to our employee relations and there was a young woman that I worked with. She wasn't young, but she was like the chief of employee relations. And she was a bit of a mentor to me in that space as well. And I reached out to her informally and shared with her everything that happened. And her response was, well, you have been here for a while, so it could be a good time for you to find something else. And you don't really want to burn any bridges. It was just like, okay. So then I go to EEO, like she said we always do.
Yeah. Hey, it's there for a reason.
Exactly. So I go to EEO again, informally, and I'm explaining to him what happened, and it was a black guy, and he says the same thing. Well, I understand, but you don't want to burn any bridges. And that literally was the only response that I got.